Alright, let's go ahead and fire up this microphone while we counter down inside of 5 minutes before we start the World Cup draw show. Mayday here. Yeah, we'll kick this thing off right at 5 o'clock Eastern and almost 11 o'clock Grizzy. Okay, cool. So yeah, not quite... well, it's like being in the Eastern time, or the Central time zone of the U.S. The ball drops at 11 Eastern, or Central for us, but... your knees weak too, Maddie? Uber? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, there's that B101 hack in here, so I mean, don't let that discourage you. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say there's some talent in this chat. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. All the mats congregate. Probably get Fritch in the house later. Hudat's probably wondering why Kamara got his shoes taken away. It's all good. Hey, Reeb, how's it going? Any last-minute group of death predictions for the chat before we get this thing started? Well, unfortunately, they're not going to have any choice but rest Bakhtiari with that freaking knee. I think the Packers' O-line will be all right, though. I don't anticipate them resting anybody, though, because that one seed, I mean, if you get the one seed, you got all next week to rest. And with all due respect, Reeb, as much as I'd love getting the number one seed, knocking the Bears out in the process would just make it all that sweeter from this side of the cheddar curtain. But then again, Trubisky's actually playing pretty good right now on the offensive side of the football, and we'll see what Packer defense shows up. They were actually pretty stout last week against the Titans, but I mean, they couldn't stop a grandma in a hover round the first 16 weeks. And you know, another reason I think they won't rest him, Reeb? There is a outside chance. Hey, Eric's in the house. There's an outside chance that, Packers and Bears could meet up again in the wild card if the Packers don't win this game. Well, Uber, I hate to disappoint you. There's no flashy video or anything. I didn't have time for that. But you'll get to see my ugly mug, so that makes it even worse. In fact, we could probably go ahead and lose the countdown right now, so... Oh, hey, Rich. No, that's Henter. Henter turns to the pumpkin. Well, let's always keep that in mind. All right. Okay. Now let's go ahead and fire up everything. There we go. Everything is there, and you'll get to see me in the screen now, and this is it. World Cup of Design 2021. The Wheel of Drink is here. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Lost Souls. As we are right at the top of the hour. So, yeah, real simple. This is how it's going to work, and I encourage you to grab a frosty beverage and play along with us. How we are going to do this is, well, first off, we'll go ahead and look at the pools that were created for this contest, and this was based on the World Designer Golf Ranking system. Basically, points accumulated through contest performances over the last couple of seasons, as well as how many courses are in the design portfolio. We had some exempt players based on certain criterias, high finishes in previous contests, official courses, so on and so forth. The top 8 seeds grouped into Pool A, they will not go in a group against one another. We're going to draw one each out of Pool A, and then we'll go to Pool B, and that's seeds 9 through 24, and then Pool C 25 through 32. Kenyon in the house? Hey, Bear. No, it's coming across good here, and you actually have a chance to choose your resolution today, which is weird. We don't normally get that. That's, I eat cheese. So yeah, what we'll do, first off, we're going to start with Pool A. All 8 of the designers in there, along with the infamous drink space. What we'll do, we'll spin this wheel, but we're not going to go straight A through H and then back. No, I have a second wheel. So I'm going to spin the wheel, land on the designer, talk a little bit about the designer, and then we're going to spin another wheel, complete with drink space, to see which pool they fall into. So, alrighty, that's pretty much how it's going to work. Pool A, we've got B101, we've got BS Petty 24, we got CSU Golfer 60, got Dylan Bronson in there, Matt Fritsch, you got Pithy, you've got Reeb, I am missing one, aren't I? Cendre, yep, okay. Must have been from my testing earlier. Okay, so we've got all 8 in there. Let's shuffle up this wheel. Who is going to be the first guy that we talk about? Hey, one of the OGs, it's Reeb. Reeb is the first guy we're talking about. Guy, pretty much an automatic, he's an ATM machine in these World Cups. Couple of semifinal visits. Got to the round of 8 last year before getting knocked out by some Mayday schmuck. Top 10 in last year's major. Certainly one of the greats in this game. And Reeb is going to find himself in... Hey, Q. Ah! First one of the day. If you got the drink, take a drink. Mine is Coke, SoCo, and a little cherry juice, by the way. By the way, we're not removing the drink space. It stays, so spin the wheel again. Reeb, you are going into... Uh-oh. I'll hold that thought. One more time. Are you kidding me? Okay, now the wheel's mocking me. It's not going to be drink, it's going to be Group C, finally. There is where Reeb falls. Group number C, and you'll see the names light up. All right, who is next? Out of Pool A, it is going to be another damn member. Matt Fritsch. Just show you, confirm it. Matt F27. Calmino Del Mar, his Dream Team entry. He won the Dream Team last year. Yeah, number C, Reeb, that is where you're going. All right, so where is Fritsch going to land in the groups? We should have had C out of there, but oh well, it's okay. It's Group D. Remove that, we'll remove. Alright, let's get C out of there and D out of there. Not sure why that didn't reset. There we go. Alright, so up next. Hey! It is Ben, B101. Only your 2020 TGC Tours Designer of the Year. Runner-up in last year's World Cup. Runner-up in last year's major contest. Hey, he won his Dream Team match, so he was first out of 2 there, so that counts for something. Won the rookie contest in 2019. I could go on and on. Number 1 in the World Design Golf Rankings. Ben, what pool are you going into? Group F. All right. Get Ben's name out of there. All right, this wheel was not removing a couple of guys. Matt shouldn't be in there. Let's now roll it. Oh, speaking of salty and dick punchy, it's Dario next up. CSU Golfers 60. People may know a little thing about Susquehannock, the major championship course in 2019. Shaker Valley, his latest in the Dream Team. Dario, the puncher of dicks everywhere, and he is going to line up. Let's get him out of here. He's going to line up in which pool? Oh! Again! Ah! Alright, try this again. Dario, where are you going? He is in Group E. So those should be updating on your screen as we go along here. We've got the interior groups filled up. Reeb in C, Matt in D, Dario in E, and Ben in F. Next name we're going to pull out of the hat. I'm sure he's lurking in here somewhere. Brian Petty in the house. The King of Babylon. Good thing you got that back, Q. Major or the runner-up in the CC. He pulled the Ben before Ben pulled the Ben. Runner-up in the major in 2019. Runner-up in the World Cup in 2019. So, certainly a guy who knows his way around a contest. And he is going to end up in which pool? Yeah, it looks like Group B. All right, we're getting near on those drink spaces. All right, 3 left in our Pool A designers. Got Pithy on the board, Sindre, and Dylan. Mr. Tongue Greens himself, Dylan Bronson. Monterey Dunes, his latest. Obviously our major champion from 2020 with Quincy Downs. No, Terry. We ain't starting over for nothing. Hey, you can set it to 44p or whatever that minimal resolution is. So you got that going for you. Ah, shit. And for those scoring at home, that's the 5th time already in this round that the group wheel has landed on drink. Let's try that again. Quincy House. Hey, Thomas. All right, Dylan's going in Group G, which, if memory serves, that was his group last year, if I'm not mistaken. All righty, so we've got 2 names left. And if it lands on one, then we know what the other is going to be, so the drink space will not apply. Pythia and Cendre, yet to find a home. Of course you did. I'm going to have to call in the reserves early. All right, try it again. Get out of there. Go. Go. Come on. Get there. Get the Cendre. No. This could get very messy, Jamie. Spin this again. All right. We've got Cendre. Pull him up. Cape Canary, his latest, the runner-up in the CC contest with Old Faro Dunes. He somehow managed to win his pool last year, his group stage in the World Cup last year. Though Fisheye did go further in the final contest. I've just let the record show. Anyway, is he going in A or is he going in H? Is he at the top or the bottom? He is in Group H. There you see it. That means we've got one left to talk about. No need to spin the wheel. Pithy Dr. G is the last out of Pool A. He is going to find his way into Group A. That is all that is left. And for Pithy, you're a World Cup finalist, or Final Four last year, I should say. And he will be certainly one to reckon with, as always. Your CC champ back in 2019. And there you have it. So there you see where the top seeds are going to fall. Get the second round ready here. This is Pool B coming up. This is from seeds 9 to 25, or 9 to 24, excuse me. Double the pleasure, double the fun. We've got 16 names, 2 drink spaces. Just shuffle up that wheel. We've got the same with our wheel, which pools they're going to find. Rubric. All right, so who's getting called next? Looks like it's going to be Smedley. Justin Smedley, B-Smooth 13. Embryile, his last, was a top 10 finisher back in the major in 2019. He's done some nice collabs with several members of the community. And Justin is going to find himself in which pool? He is going in Group F with B101. Sorry, we got the graphic on there late, but there you see it was in Group F. Alrighty. So there is Ben's first contestant that he is going up against. So we take that Group F space out. Alright. Next one under the gun. Oh, we just barely missed the drink space and landed on Jivenator. John Ives. He and Petroselli working on the Shamblin Chabaroon, their latest effort. And Jives will end up in which group? He's ended up in Group C with Reeb. Alrighty. Get that one out of there. Who's next? Alright. The wheel loves us all tonight. We don't remove the drink spaces. We keep them there for posterity. And another damn member here. It is good old Cyborg, Justin Seabach. Runner-up in last year's Dream Team contest. And he is going to end up where? He's going in Group B. So we've got a little Keg versus Dam going on here. Petty versus Seabach. Couple of Team Blue compatriots. They shall now be combatants in the World Cup. All right. Remove Justin. Who's next? Drink has been added to Group D. And it's going to be D. Dix Jr., David Dix. Yeti Creek, his latest. A veteran of some design contests. And let's see where David ends up on the board. He is going to go in Group H against Cendre. Well, let's be real. Whatever pool you land in is going to be a daunting draw looking at the guys coming out of Pool A. So, all right. So, David Dix was in Group H. And here we go. Next one. Where does the Kraken fall? In the crack, duh. All right, we've got ourselves a semi-finalist from the World Cup in 2019. Chuck Gonzalez, violin guy. Have a look at his latest there. That one. Of course, I wrote these down earlier. You think I'd keep these straight. Talking Rock, there we go. That was his latest. And that's what you're seeing right now on screen. And he is going to end up okay, Group F is filled with our Pool B participants. So Ben has drawn B Smooth and Violin Guy in Group F. Hey, Scob, Happy New Year to you as well. All right, next up. Mamma mia, it's a Thomas Petroselli. Potunk, his latest. Carbondale Mining Company was his in the Dream Team contest. Thomas right on that cusp of breaking into a bona fide contest in and contest out contender for a championship. In fact, this could be that breakout. So really interested to see where Petro lands here. Oh yes! Oh boy! He's in the same group with Dylan! Oh, let's go! Oh boy! I can hear the smack talk from here. Let's go! Dylan and Petro. It's just a pity that Jives didn't end up in there too. Oh my goodness. Will, I love you. That is a great draw right there. All right, let's see. Who's next? Hey, Aussie. Nitro, good evening. And we have next up Arctic Fury III, otherwise known as Crizzy. Leland Bay. his latest. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. I mean, my goodness. I mean, what cheat code did he use to get extra meter? My goodness, and the rainbow and everything. I mean, come on now. I mean, come on. That ain't. Wow. Come on. All right, Crizzy, where are you going? Hey, at least we were able to get the drink refilled. So, all right, drink is gone. Wait, no, we didn't want to remove drink. What are we doing? Just kidding. Double pleasure, double the fun, right? All right, so we got to figure out what Crizzy. Where is Crizzy going? And he is in Group A. All right, that one we can remove. Maybe actually having alcohol in my drink wasn't the best decision. We're not even halfway through. We're starting to feel it. What, you haven't started drinking yet, Justin? Is that it? Is that what you're going to tell me? Come on now. All right, next up. Oh, yes. Bring it. Keep bringing it. Very valid, Ben. Very, very valid. Yes, it does. Oh, here we go. Your 2020 CC champion, Adam Grove, Grovey 31. He just produces great course after great course. Whoever ends up with Adam in his pool is going to be in for a fight. That you can pretty much guarantee. So who has that misfortune? This is a big name coming out of Pool B, and he is going in Group H. Ooh, so we've got Cendre and Grovey in Group H now. That is filled. And that is starting to look like a very formidable group right there. Actually, Jamie, I am upstairs, and my wife is feeding me the drinks, so we've got it all under control. It is all good. All right, who's next? Yeah, we've got a digital bunny sighting. Adam Godfrey. I actually had to go back into the TGC 2019 archives for this one. This is Wood Duck Dunes you see on your screen. He had taken a little bit of a quiet period after the CC contest. He's back. You heard Andre mention, if you've been following the general thread on the forums, that Adam's certainly going to try something which may or may not work, and Adam replied, well, now he's got to take away the cart path fairways, and said he was only half joking about it. So where is Bunny falling? He is going to end up in Group E. I think we might not have saved a couple of these, but here we go. He might have a Port Kenyon, but I was looking at his database entry earlier on today, and nothing showing as far as 2K21 courses. But yeah, that is already kind of an interesting group forming up there, Group E now, isn't it? With Dario and Digital. There's going to be some courses that are going to look really good amongst those two, and probably cause some consternation amongst the populace. So that shaping up to be a group that has some fireworks. All right, should have 7 left here. Hey, it's Maddie. Maddie from Canada next up. Yoho River, his entry into the Dream Team contest, got in through winning one of the Design League rounds earlier on. And where is Maddie gonna go? Oh, no doubt, Kermit. Ooh, Group B. So starting to see a little interesting dynamic there. A little Team Red blood intermingling with the Team Blue battle. As Maddie finds himself in Group B with Petty and with a Seabuck. All right. Let's see who's next up here. It's El Capitan himself, Ryan J. McConnell. Merriam Anchor, his Dream Team contest, your rookie champion back in 2018 with the Dunes at Lake Marie, Hoop Hole River, an official course for him in PGA Tour 2K21. Of course, it would land on drink with Ryan. Of course, Rhino would be associated with a drink. By the way, I am extremely disappointed that the Wheel of Drink didn't put Petty and Rhino together. We needed more of that. Oh, but they'd have a chance to meet in the knockout stage. They could be meeting the round of 24 or the round of 16 as Rhino ends up in Group A. And already, ooh, Pithy and Crizzy in that group. Hello. It's starting to get real up in here. Yes, the wheel is afraid to put anybody with you, Matt. Apparently. We've got 5 names left. And Bear for Life is going to be the next one up. Elkhart Ranch, his latest. And where is Bear going to end up? Live averages would, of course, it'd land on drink. Or is it going to get to D? What's it at? Oh, it's touching, so I'll take a drink anyway. Finally, Fritch has some company. Bear for Life will make his way over into Group D. All right, we're getting close. Remove Bear. Who's next? Baby Bull, Andre, Sharky, and Victor Lane left on the board. Yes, D is for drink. Ah. All right, spin it again. I'll remove one drink space off the board. There he is. There's Andre. And what would an Andre course be without T-Signs? The Blind Rabbit, his latest. Andre, one of the OGs, obviously. You can check out his design tutorials on YouTube. And obviously going to be a heavy hitter wherever he lands. What group's it going to be? C, D, E, and G remaining on the board. And he is going in Group G. So, for the second year in a row, the Wheel of Drunk giveth Andre and Dylan find themselves together in Group G. It's happened twice in a row now. We'll see what happens this go-round. All right, 3 left to fill in Pool B. A guy who signed up literally in the 11th hour, Danny Scarano, Sharky. Haven't heard from him in a while. He came in with a top 5 finish with Prestige Pines in last year's major contest. That's how he got into the field. He literally committed to the contest within an hour of the deadline. And he is going to end up going where? He will grow in Group D. He's in there with Fritch and with Bear for life. All right, so just a couple of names left. Baby Bull, Victor Lane. Who's it going to be? Where's he going to go? Of course. Doesn't like his options. Well, let's see. You've got one group with... And if Victor Lane were to end up in Group E, it would be a rematch of last year with Digital Bunny. They were both in Group E last year. Oh, come on, man. All right. Someone's got to get drawn, right? There we go. It's going to be Baby Bull. Cape Ari, his latest from the Dream Team contest. And we know he is either going in Group C with Jives and Reeb, or he's going in Group E with Dario and Digital. He will be going in Group E. So no Digital Bunny Victor Lane rematch this year. That obviously leaves one spot, and that is for Victor Lane. Victor Lane Sports, who should be, hours, minutes? We're coming up on your LiDAR release, aren't we, Pinewood Country Club? That's going to be dropping this evening, if I'm not mistaken. And looks really nice. I know he's gotten a lot of input from it. Probably, I'm assuming you're streaming that later, aren't you? But anyway, he will go in Group C with Reeb. So got a couple of damn guys in there. Got a couple of damn guys in there. That is how we look with 8 names left to go. We'll reset the wheel for our Group C, or Pool C guys. And I tell you what, as we reset this, there's some heavy hitters here too. I mean, just because these guys are the lowest on as far as the rankings go, and don't sleep on some of these guys. Rod Simo, Nitro, Craig is in here, Job is in here. I mean, my goodness, there are some heavy hitters coming out of Pool C that could really change the dynamic of these groups. So, I mean, like I was saying earlier in chat, there's at least 4 or 5 of these guys. If I were competing this year, I would not want their name to come up in my pool. But they are. Whoop. And we are going to start Pool C with Alex Granger, Granger 12. And there he is. Let's pull up his screen. He made it out of Design League 4. Wish him the best of luck in the Dream Team singles, but not too much luck. We'll see which course by the bay is better there. That's all I got to say about that. And Granger's going to end up where? He is going... And we've filled up Group C now. So Group C is complete. Reeb, Jives, Victory Lane Sports, and Granger will be our Group C. Who's next? Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Nitro 22, Rohan, Port Melbourne. He just bust onto the scene. I'll tell you right now that Port Melbourne is the reason he is in the World Cup. For my money, and I've said it before publicly, I'll say it again. Obviously, we're waiting some of the Dream Team results. For my money, it's one of the, if not the best course in the entire contest. It is just so good. Now, Rohan came in and just absolutely kicked the door down. This is one of those guys I did not want to see if I were in this contest coming out of Pool C. Who is going to get him? Oh, boy. This has gotten real. Oh, my God. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first group of death. Group G. Group G. Dylan, Petro, Andre, Nitro. Holy crap. Now, this is a good spot to give a reminder that in theory, the way we're doing things this year, all 4 participants in a group could advance, because we are taking 24 to the knockout stages. The top 2 in each group are going to advance, and the 4 will cross over the groups. So A will cross over with B, C with D, E with F, G with H. And the 2 best, based on composite score, out of the 4 that don't automatically advance, will end up going into the round of 24. So it is theoretically possible that everyone from a group could advance to the knockout stage. Not necessarily likely, but mathematically possible. And Group G could be one of those groups, but already, though, I look over at what they've got with Group H, and that is going to be a really, really tough half of the bracket. Alrighty, who's next? Oh, here's another one. Here is another potential bracket buster out of Pool C, Rod Simpson. Back with Eucalypt National, a guy who's been designing courses all the way back for the TGC 1 days. For my money, Royal Ballylu, still the best links course in the game. And Rod is going to be a tough out for whoever he ends up paired with. And he is going in. Well, Group D just got a little more interesting now, didn't it? So here you've got one of the OGs in SEMO. You've got a walking contest top 5 in Fritch. You've got Sharky, who was top 5 his last time out. And you got Bear, who's certainly up and coming. Group D has just become much more interesting. 6 names left to fill. Oh, come on. Q, we were almost going to talk about you, but instead, That could happen. That could happen, MJ. We don't know yet. What is the wheel going to decide? All right, who's coming next? I'll be damned. It's one Daryl A. Montgomery, the Todd Father himself, the captain, publisher of Macquarie Shores, which was a top 10 of the major in 2019, also found its way as an official course in PGA Tour 2K21. Kemper Gorge is his latest. That's what you see pictured on the screen. Let's see what's on the board for him. Could potentially join some of his damn mates in either A, B, or E. Where is he going to go? He's going in Group A. So that is an interesting group there. You got Pithy and Todd Father representing the Dam. You've got Rhino representing the Keg. You've got Crizzy, who's Arctic Fury the Third. Very interesting pool. Or group there, Group A. All right, we move on now. 4 names left. All right, it's Q's turn. Just yesterday, out with a new course, the Asylum. Made his way in through Design League 4, the manipulator of tees. He was ranked 32nd out of the 32 who made it into the World Cup just simply because he's so new onto the scene. But I tell you what, and I posted it in his completed course thread. And this is a sleeper alert right here. This is a guy I wouldn't exactly be comfortable with if he ended up in my pool, especially the way he's come on. He's soaked up a lot of Andre's tutorials. He's experimenting with things, trying to break the designer, make it do things that it doesn't want to do, which is a trait that sometimes works really, really well in these contests. And he is going to end up in Group H. That group just got real. Grovey in there, Cendre in there, D-Dix in there. Wow. That is a group. Groups G and H. I can tell you right now, all of these guys definitely belong top 24, and 2 of them are not going to make it. So things are going to get real in about 3 months' time when the rubber meets the road, the courses get published, and somebody is going to be left on the outside looking in. 3 to go, including 2 guys who got in via exemption. This is not one of them. This was the last at-large berth into the field. Michael Hamilton, Horseneck Beach, his latest. And another guy, the portfolio isn't quite there. Asphalt fairways. All right, I'm trying to keep up with chat here, but MJ certainly something to prove as the last guy in, and he is going to find himself in Group E. So he is in with Dario, with Digital, with Baby Bull, with that group there. And that's, again, none of these groups are going to be easy. Let's be real. But, all right, so we've got 2 left. I'm not sure what the wheel's going to decide. But Job in the same group as Brian. The 2 guys who brought you Sweetens Cove to the golf club franchise. That would be a very intriguing grouping. It could happen. There's a 50-50 chance of it now. And where is the RCR King himself, Craig, going to fall into this? We're going to find out very first. Okay. So any guesses what course I used for Craig's splash screen? You know it. That course that has no name. That Big Golf Weekend. That course. That one in the Magnolias and the Firethorns. And the pompous assholes who keep censoring it. Alright, so could be our last opportunity to drink. If it doesn't land on B or F. I'll go ahead and take a drink while the wheel's going anyway. He's in Group F. And that means, by process of elimination, the Sweetens Cove grudge match has come to pass. Let's bring Job's splash screen up here. His latest was Golden Isles, which you see pictured here. So now you've got the two guys who worked on Sweetens Cove together in the same group. J.W. Fickett and B.S. Petty. So there we have it, guys. Let's just take a second to stop and admire this board we've got in front of us. So in Group A, you've got, and I'm certainly not going to handicap who's coming out of these groups. That would be a fool's error. But we've got Pithy and Crizzy, Rhino and Curtis in Group A. We've got Petty and Seabach and Matty from Canada with Job in Group B. Reeb, Jives, Victor Lane, Granger in Group C. Got Fritch and Bear and Sharky and Simo in Group D. Dario, Digital, Baby Bull, MJ Hamilton in Group E. B101. You've got Smedley in there. Violent Guy, Craig in Group F. And then, boy, those bottom two groups. Yeah, go ahead, chat. You look at this board and tell me where the groups of death are. For my money, I quiver looking at those bottom two groups. With Dylan and Petro and Andre and Nitro and G. Sindre and Grovey and Q and David Dixon Group H. That really appears to be a hot spot for me. But, again, these are 32 of the best. Group E, yeah, I think that's very conceivable, Dan. We know what we're going to get out of Dario. We know what we're going to get out of Digital Bunny. Baby Bull's just getting better and better with every publish. So is MJ. I think that's a group with a lot of upside. And again, just some of these interesting matchups. Petty and Job together in Group B. Dylan and Petro together in Group G. And Andre in there as well. A Group G rematch from last year. Group A, I think, is sneaky good with Pithy and Crizzy, McConnell, and Curtis in there. And then how can you go against Group C? I mean, you got one of the OGs in there, Reeb. You've got Victor Lane, who's looking to redeem himself after getting wronged in last year's World Cup with Hallstatt. This is, yeah, I look at this entire board, and wowza. It is, this is something for sure. So, that's how we sit. Now, again, we've got, I should mention, we do have 5 alternates for the World Cup who, let me pull them up here in order. I know Sam is the first. Yeah, long live Hallstatt for sure. Um, Sam is the first, I believe. I want to say Junya is the second. GC Insane is the third, and then you've got Heisenberg is the fourth alternate, and Hallsbells is the fifth alternate. Should anybody not finish for whatever reason, those five have been instructed to work on courses as well. They'll get credit for participating in the contest. They will get featured as well with playthroughs and whatnot. And should anybody DNF, they will be the ones in that order to take the place of anybody who were to DNF. So we've got some good alternates as well. We have got a great field of 32, and it's it is gonna be fun. So that's where we sit. Stir the pot, Maddie asks. What's the easy group? Thanks, Andre. I would have to say easier group would probably be the best way to, maybe not easy. I think you would have, I think if you're Matt, and I think if you're Ben, I think you're not too disappointed with how the wheel has done you. Maybe a little more so Ben than Matt. I say that because I feel like Justin and Chuck have reached a level where they're very solid. Haven't quite seen the next level yet, and who knows? It could be this contest where that happens. But they have more courses under their belt where they've kind of established a baseline. But don't sleep on Craig there either. I mean, we all know him for his RCRs, but Rayner Farms was great. Old McDonald was great. He doesn't do fictional courses often, but the ones he does are very good. And as far as Group D goes, I would say on paper, if you're Matt, you feel okay, but Bear is up and coming, getting better with each design. Sharky we haven't heard from in a long time. And the last time he was in a contest, he went out and all he did was get a top 5 in a very, very stout field. So you can't sleep on him. And and no, Terry, I didn't misspell your name. It's right here. And Rod, again, don't sleep on him. This is all good stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this contest. I wish you guys happy building. I'll be interested to check in on the streams and the progress throughout the next 3 months. And I'll tell you what, no matter what, as I know it's been mentioned a couple of times in this chat already, but the winners are going to be the TGC community, because at the end of this, we're going to get 32 kick-ass courses out of this contest. I know it. Just looking at the names in this field, I certainly know it. So there you have it. That's your draw. I'll go ahead and whip up a graphic to throw onto Twitter and on the forums. And yeah, from there, we're just going to keep on trucking. So, Ossie, good point. Asking about the side contest. We're finalizing the details, but for those who didn't get into the main field of 32, we definitely want to throw you a bone. Because I think we had somewhere maybe just north of 60 people sign up for the 32 spots. So go ahead, build a 9-holer. We'll set the published deadline. It's either going to be March 1st or March 31st. Not quite sure yet. We'll finalize that. I may be looking for some help from those in the World Cup field, so as to not put any extra burden on our judging panel to help adjudicate those courses. But I do want to give you guys a little chance, a little moment in the sun, publish a 9-holer. Uh, and yeah, my proposal is whoever comes out of the 9-holer on top, we'll get you into next year's World Cup field. I will certainly campaign for that. I don't know if I'll run that or if I'll throw my hat back into the designing ring for that one. But yeah, show your stuff, and we definitely eager to showcase it because yeah, there's a lot more great designers than the 32 who got into this field, and some of it's just because they don't quite have the design portfolio yet. And this is an opportunity to kind of expand that portfolio, get some recognition. Of course, we're going to have other contests later on in the year between National Treasure and the CC contest to help expand that portfolio as well. Those won't be as limited as far as entry. It may be more of a first come first serve deal, but it won't be as much of a meritocracy to see how you get in. So we'll be looking to I was just looking at Cavicom's post, but yeah, keep designing. Obviously, we're going to continue to feature more up-and-coming designers on Diamond Cutters. That's going to be back with you Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Jack, Scob, I saw them both there in the chat here earlier on. We're going to have Hitter back with us. We'll do that Wednesday night. We got a couple of great courses already. We're kind of considering for the queue. We'll announce that on Wednesday, our Diamonds in the Rough for this one. So, alrighty, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. There's your field. Those are the groups for the 2021 World Cup of Design. And it's going to be great to see how things unfold over the next 3 months. I'm Mayday. You'll have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon. Later. Bye.